Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I will list 10 fun facts about Guatemala. I'll get straight to the video immediately. Now on to fact 1. The dominating native civilizations were the Aztec and Mayan empires. But in 1523, Spain started colonizing and expanding across the land that originally belonged to the Aztec Empire and the Mayan Empire, and also the Inca Empire, also many indigenous tribes. But in 1807 Spain was invaded by France and was captured. The colonies of Spain were paid less attention to, which caused the colonies to decide to rebel against Spain and gain independence. By 1821 Mexico gained independence from Spain, but Guatemala was still not independent. So by 1823, the Central American states gained independence from Mexico. Now on to fact 2. This federation was called the United Provinces of Central America. But this federation did not last because of the First and Second Central American Civil War. Finally, in 1841, Guatemala gains independence, and the United Provinces of Central America dissolves. In conclusion, Guatemala was originally the Mayan Empire, then was colonized by Spain. Then Mexico gained independence from Spain, and then the United Provinces of Central America gain independence, and then it dissolves and Guatemala is officially independent. The history of Guatemala is similar to other country histories in the Americas, usually starting off with native tribes, then colonization, and then independence, and a lot of major events that lead to what they are today. Now on to fact 3. Guatemala's GDP is 95 billion US dollars, followed by a GDP per capita of 5,473 US dollars, and a population of 17 million people, with an HDI of 0.627. Also the life expectancy is 69 years. Now for military, Guatemala's active personnel is 109,114, and a reserve personnel of 90,000. Guatemala has 0 nukes, 10 tanks, 15 ships, and 0 missiles. Guatemala's military rank is 108. That means Guatemala is the 108th strongest country in the world. Guatemala's landmass is 42,042 square miles, and in kilometers it is 108,890 square kilometers. Guatemala's inflation rate is 3.82%. Now on to fact 4. Guatemala is in the continental landmass of the Americas, and in the continent of North America. Guatemala is in the region of Central America. This is Guatemala on a satellite map. As you see, there is a Pacific coastline on the southwest, and on the east, there is a coast on the Caribbean. It's quite hard to see, but there are mountains and volcanoes in the southern part of Guatemala. The mountains are called the Cucamatán Mountains. I'm not sure if my text-to-speech said that correctly, but I do know it was spelled correctly. Did you know that 30 of the volcanoes in Guatemala are still active? Guatemala is a small country, but it has a lot of geography to it. Now for subdivisions. Guatemala has 22 departments. Take a look, but you can always pause the video to look. Now on to fact 5. Guatemala is in OPANAL, which is an organization to prohibit nuclear weapons. Guatemala is a member of the United Nations as the Republic of Guatemala. Guatemala is also in OAS, which is Organization of American States. This organization is for democracy and human rights. Guatemala is also in WTO, which stands for World Trade Organization. Guatemala is in the World Bank, which is for financial advice and financial aid for economic development. Guatemala is a member of CAI, which stands for Central American Bank for Economic Integration. Guatemala is also in CAC, which stands for Central American Common Market. In conclusion to fact 5, Guatemala is in a lot of economic alliances and organizations. Guatemala does not have many enemies. Now on to fact 6. Guatemala shares a land border with 4 countries, which are Mexico, Belize, El Salvador, and Honduras. Guatemala also shares maritime borders with these countries. If you do not know what a maritime border is, it is like a land border, but with water. Any country with a coastline can claim 12 nautical miles off the coast. When 2 water territories meet, they share a border. This international law was made in the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, adopted in 1982. The capital city of Guatemala is Guatemala City. The name of Guatemala City came from Guatemala, and the word Guatemala came from the indigenous word Cuatmal. I don't know if my text-to-speech said that correctly, but we are going to be moving on to fact 7. Now on to fact 7. Guatemala's imports are machinery, equipment, fuels, chemicals, vehicles, electrical machinery, plastics, pharmaceuticals, and many food products. And Guatemala's exports are coffee, bananas, sugar, cardamom, fruits, vegetables, textiles, clothing, and even gold. Guatemala has 4 international airports. Guatemala also has many seaports for maritime trade. Guatemala has many major trade partners, which are China, Honduras, Nicaragua, Mexico, United States, El Salvador, Chile, Colombia, Taiwan, Panama, South Korea, United Kingdom, Canada, Peru, and the EU. The EU is not a country, it is the European Union, which is a trade organization consisting of these countries. And now on to fact 8. Unfortunately, I have done hours upon hours of research and I could not find more information, so we will have to end the video here. Don't worry, this will very rarely ever happen. You are very unlikely to come across this again. I will not be doing shoutouts right now. I have not received comments on my videos, so comment for a shoutout. Thank you for watching today's video. I couldn't upload videos for a few months because I was busy. I'll see you in the next video.